trying a couple of new approaches this week. Okay. I count it down in 3, 2, and 1. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 286 of This is the G Podcast. Yes, 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 yes. What's up, y'all? Yes. What's up? It's here. That's proud. Yes, that was Vibes people, man. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, thank you so much for joining us again. We're your weekly recap podcast, news, politics, pop culture, and the tea. And again, I ask, are you following us on Spotify? That's the question every week. I'm going to ask it until we get it right. Are you following us on Spotify? If you are not following, Vi, you following us on Spotify?
Yes, Michael.
Thank you, sir. Talib, are you following us on Spotify? He's just nodding. He's not going to say anything because, okay.
I miss following. I miss.
Well, if you're not, go ahead and do it today, y'all. Go ahead and just follow. It's free. If you got the app, it's free. Just do it. Just do it, y'all. It's free. I ain't asking for no money. You know, I ain't passing the collection plate. Just go ahead and follow us on Spotify. It's me, Tommy B, Vi the Country Commentator. What's up, Vi? How you doing, man?
Doing great, bro. Just got to get this pain in the back. Other than that, I'm fine.
Oh, Lord. We're going to have to get you like George Jefferson, get somebody to walk on your back.
Chick. Yeah, get the little Asian chick.
No, who was it? Wait a minute. Miss who? Used to walk on his back for him?
Was it Florence?
No. Florence did it, and Lenny Kravitz's mom in real life,
right.
Roxy Walker.
Huh? I might have to go back to my monthly massage I was doing about folks.
Yes, dude.
I used to do that monthly massage till the COVID hit.
Yeah, you should go ahead and do that, man, because the back is nothing to play with. I'm here to tell you, especially brothers of a certain age, it ain't nothing to play with. Yep.
I'm only 35.
I'm gonna send somebody to walk on your back. All right, there you go.
I'm only 35. I don't let the beard fool you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. She's gonna be about 250 though. So brace yourself.
Hey, nobody 250 walking on my back. I want to get back up.
Talib is in the building. Talib, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, brother. I'm great.
Still in Minneapolis, I see. Yes.
Yeah. I'm still there, man. I'm still there with the purple one.
What was the name of the club first? Something.
Paisley Park.
Yeah, Paisley was one of, but the club that they used to go to, it was first something. But hey, man, good to see you.
Man, likewise.
Yep.
What's going on with Vi's old ass talking about what his aches and pains are, man? Why you're not supposed to greet somebody with your aches and pains, Vi?
Hey, Vi, I concur. So let me tell you, I still cut the grass. So
I want you to know what you're dealing with.
Yes, that's right.
I got you.
So when Vi starts talking sideways on the podcast, you'll know why. And I appreciate that, Vi. All right. Because our friends were in town, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We were, and they talked about how Vi and I get into it on the podcast. I say we're brothers. So we know each other too well, so we can say shit that nobody else can say. So yeah,
and his wife told me, "Keep it up, Vi. Stay on."
Don't stop.
I said, dang, I didn't know I was that combative.
Hey, come on now. Talib's a witness. Tanya B is knee deep in moving, and congrats to her. I do have to say congrats to Tanya B. That's good stuff. Finally got it. Getting a crib in Atlanta is a monumental feat. It is not. Go ahead.
Tanya B, where's the open house invite?
Oh, she can believe me. If she has an opportunity to cook, she will be inviting us. I think so. Yeah. All right, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna let you. You know, I gotta say a shout out because I'm gonna forget by the end of the show, man. Because y'all know I've been rocking locks, and you rock locks for a minute, and I know Vi is rocking locks, but I've been rocking locks probably since COVID, and I did it like DIY. You know, do it yourself completely. So I got to shout out Kat King at Rockafro. I think it's Rockafro Natural Hair Design, 3200 Jodico Road in Henry County. I ain't getting paid for it, y'all. I paid her. But she did the impossible. I'm talking about restored what I thought. I was really seriously thinking about just cutting them off and just walking away after going through COVID and all that. And she said, no, because I've gone to some people and they say, damn, what'd you do? And she came in and said, hey, it'll be a pleasure. I'll handle it, man. Knocked it out in about 4 hours. I was out with a not brand new locks, my own locks, but restored. So I do have to, go ahead and give it up to, let me give it up for her. Yes. I had to give it up for Kat King. She's at 3200 Jodico Road. If y'all are anywhere in the area of Henry County, did the impossible. Multiple year, homeless man, locks, kind of, brother. You know how you go to Jamaica and you see the brothers living on the beach selling hermit crabs?
Yeah, they call those the wicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was me, bro. That was me. So I got to say, thank you so much, Kat King. Appreciate you. All right. So y'all got any quick shout outs, man, before we jump in the news? Before, we can get some at the end of the show, but if there's anything on your mind, I'll let you kick it since I took all this time.
Yeah, I say I want to send a shout out to a sister that's watching us out of Montgomery, Alabama, Jaffe Silcott, Jaffe for Justice on Instagram. She's got a lot of good content that she's putting up. So I just want to say what's up and thank you.
Good stuff. And thank you, Montgomery. Man, Montgomery went through it. That Tuskegee Morehouse, it had nothing to do with Tuskegee Morehouse. It didn't have anything to do. But man,
but
Trump gonna be sending troops to Montgomery. Y'all better be careful. No, it's not big enough.
He's not good.
Hey, he only sends troops to red states. He ain't gonna worry about that.
Oh, to blue states. Blue states, yeah. He ain't gonna send it to Bama for sure.
And not Montgomery. There'll be another hat flying up in the air.
I forgot about that. The tugboat.
Yeah.
If you see the hat, if you're not in fight mood, you need to get on out of there.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so hey, let's go ahead. Go ahead, finish up. What'd you say?
Best they got chairs nearby. You need to get on out of there.
Yeah, that's true. Brother threw a chair. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and do news with Syracuse Mike. Again, thank you so much, Syracuse Mike, for giving us the news every week. Let's do it. We'll come right back.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
President Trump is sending California National Guard troops to Oregon, even after a federal judge blocked his administration from deploying Oregon's own guard to Portland. California Governor Gavin Newsom says he'll fight the move in court. Monday, White House Press Secretary Leavitt told reporters that they will appeal the judge's decision.
The president is using his authority as Commander-in-Chief, U.S. Code 12406, which clearly states that the president has the right to call up the National Guard in cases where he deems it's appropriate.
Hundreds of Illinois National Guard troops reported to duty in Chicago Tuesday morning, joined by members of the Texas National Guard for what the Trump administration calls a federal protective mission. The city of Chicago and state of Illinois are suing to block the move, calling it an unlawful federalization of state troops. A federal judge denied an emergency order to stop the deployment, but is expected to rule on the case Thursday. Governor J.B. Pritzker called the operation a militarization, showing video of an earlier Homeland Security raid in South Shore. Plus, he added,
since ICE and CBP announced their operations on September 8th, our people have been subjected to violence, intimidation, and harassment. They have struck fear in our communities, including notably fear in the hearts of U.S. citizens.
President Trump says Israel and Hamas have agreed to begin the first phase of the U.S. brokered peace plan to end the war in Gaza. In a statement, Mr. Trump said Israeli hostages will soon be released and troops will withdraw to an agreed line. He called it an historic step toward lasting peace. Dolly Parton says, I ain't dead yet. That was her response in a social media video a day after her sister posted statements that raised concerns. The well-liked 79-year-old country superstar made it clear that while she needs to step back for a while to handle some health concerns, it's nothing major.
I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you?
New York Attorney General Letitia James has been indicted on a bank fraud charge by a federal grand jury in Virginia.
We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights. And I will continue to do my job.
That's James. The indictment comes less than 3 weeks after President Trump publicly called for her to face charges. It follows a similar case against former FBI Director James Comey, who was recently indicted in the same district and has pleaded not guilty. James has been a longtime political target of Trump after her office successfully sued him and the Trump Organization for fraud in 2022. A federal judge has partially granted a request by Illinois to block the Trump administration's National Guard deployment. Judge April Perry issued a temporary restraining order Thursday, halting federal troop activity in Illinois for 14 days while the case moves forward. Following Perry's ruling, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul addressed the state's victory.
It's clear that this administration has demonstrated that it's unwilling to work within the parameters of the Constitution.
The ICE processing center outside of Chicago will stay open and local law enforcement will handle security. Perry also says she plans to extend the order to include National Guard troops from other states. We now know that President Trump did not win the Nobel Peace Prize this year. There had been speculation he might be honored for brokering diplomatic ties between Israel and several Middle Eastern nations. Instead, the prize went to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado for her fight to restore democracy in her country.
Now, y'all know that man we're going to get the... Why did he think he was going to get the Nobel Peace Prize with all this stuff going on in America?
Because Netanyahu gave him his nomination.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. But, hey, by the way, Vi, I got the text back. The sister will be over on Monday to walk on your back. So we'll work the time out. I just got the text back before we get
I need to see her qualifications.
She'll be over Monday. All right. Okay. Hey, but before we get into too much, man, I got to give it up to MIT for telling the Trump administration to shove it. The administration has been putting stipulations on money, the federal money going to universities, and he did it for like 9 specific universities: Brown, Dartmouth, University of Arizona, Pennsylvania, Southern California, University of Texas Austin, University of Virginia, and Vanderbilt. And people were asking like why we did it. He's trying to get these think tanks embedded in these schools, because most universities are liberal. Would you agree?
Yes.
And that's why they're doing, as a matter of fact, the HBCUs, what's her name? Candace Owens is doing the college tour at the HBCUs with the conservative. I would like to see how many people are showing up at the HBCUs for Turning Point. That would be interesting to see who shows up. I would be taking pictures, But what do you think, Talib?
I think both the Turning Point and Blexit need to just stop what they're doing. The Blexit college tour that they're talking about doing, hitting all the homecomings and stuff like that. I'm just like, please, y'all ignore these folks.
Yeah.
If you're not going to ignore them, then get the stereos out. Get
the boom boxes.
Right. Just give them a boombox parade, so that their rhetoric and stupidity cannot be heard. Please.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. Yeah, don't do anything. Don't do anything violent. Don't let Antifa jump in the middle of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Vi, you got any thoughts on that?
I think you just ignore them. Don't even show up.
Yeah.
Just act like they're not even there. Do your normal class routine. Everything. Don't speak to them. Don't even acknowledge them.
Yeah. And I have go ahead, Vi. Go ahead, Vi. Finish up.
So just let them sit there in quietness. If you don't acknowledge them, then the whole reason down there is defeated.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm all for giving them the platform, man. I'm cool with giving them the platform. We shouldn't, just not allow them on the campuses, but they've been doing it for a while. But it's just elevated based on what occurred within the last few months. Yeah. One more thing to leave.
Yeah, just like because I've seen some of the Turning Point guys hitting I forget what school it was, and they were having their asses handed to them basically
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the most non-violent way possible.
Hmm.
Um, but the thing is that yeah, I'm cool with giving them a platform.
Yeah.
You
Let them
know,
come in.
right, but just to be on the campus randomly, no, no, no. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do something, you do it at the hall, at whatever hall or
Mhm.
whatever auditorium you've got. Let people show up or not show up and show how effective that, their word of mouth really is. But just to be posted up on the campus like you're a vendor or something,
Yeah.
nah, get the hell out of here with that crap.
Yeah. You just show up. Put your posters up about when it's going to happen. You show
Right.
up at the platform at the venue. Say what you got to say for however long you said you're going to be there, and then leave. And that's
Exactly. Because
you know.
stupidity must be exposed.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree. I'm with you, Sleep. And you know what? I cannot believe this is like the second week that I am agreeing with freaking Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the reason being, she's placing blame not on Trump. Now, she's strategic about how she's saying this, but she's blaming the Republican Party and leadership for the government shutdown. She says the GOP controls the House, they control the Senate, they control the White House. And there's the thing called the nuclear option because they're in control where they can actually just overwrite this and open the government, but they won't do it. And she says there's no need for a shutdown. She agrees with the Democrats on preserving health care because she talks about her district, and she's right because a lot of people in that district would be affected if the ACA Obamacare went away. Any thoughts on that? I'll start with you, Vi.
Yeah, they could. From my information I've read, they said most of the blue states use Obamacare more than the red states.
Okay. Well,
That's
I think it's just the opposite, actually.
yeah, I do too. I do too.
The blue state is the Republican.
Democrat.
No, red state's
Democrat.
Republican. Yeah.
That's the Democrats.
I
just
meant
got-
to say red. I'm sorry, red state. They said the red. From what I read, they said the red states use Obamacare more than the blue states.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
It's the numbers. You look at West Virginia. West Virginia is, I'm not going to call it what it is, but y'all know, read between the lines. And the representative from West Virginia is in a panic because it's going to hurt a lot of their population. So a lot of these red states, South, Southeast especially, if that goes away, the problem I've always had, if you consider the hundreds of times since the Tea Party, they've tried to do away with the ACA and Obamacare. The problem I have with the Republican Party is they don't bring anything to the table. They want to do away with it, but they don't have an alternative, and that's exactly what she's saying.
Yeah.
She said,
Yeah.
party does not have anything to replace it with."
But that's always been the case. When Trump was talking about, replacing the health care,
Yeah,
he was going to have a plan for 4 months, and then it was 2 months away. He's 2 weeks away. But here we are, almost 8 years later, and you still don't have a plan.
yeah,
Because
You
they
know.
can't find that Obamacare is probably the best thing he ever did.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
Obama said, don't get rid of it, make it better. They just
Right.
mad because his name is linked to it. That's it.
No,
Yeah,
his-
but
his
really,
legacy,
the name that should be linked to it is the Heritage Foundation, the same people who gave us Project 2025, because they're the ones that came up with this plan. Mitt Romney, the Republican, Mitt Romney was the one
Yes.
who instituted this in Massachusetts.
yeah. He was
So-
doing this. Am I correct, Talib?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the plan he was using. Yeah,
Exactly. So look, if you're so gung ho about saving the Obamacare, you know what I mean, then call it what it really is,
yeah,
and then work to really do something about it. But the real of it is that even through the healthcare exchange, the rates are still high.
yeah. The rates
It's
are
not. I mean, for one person, single person, they're talking like $400 a month, even through the exchange. With you don't have the subsidies. So now you gotta even what's the expression? A broken clock is right twice a day.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Marjorie, we're gonna give it to you. And
Yeah.
and if you're gonna really try and do something to help keep the subsidies in place, then I'm support it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't do politics. I don't do
Yeah.
parlor tricks at all.
There you go.
I do issues. So this is an issue. I'm down with that.
And I'm down with you. I completely agree, because this ain't a football game where you're cheering for either side. I mean, not every party gets it right, and in a lot of cases they do a lot wrong. Yeah. Sometimes, and I'll say this, and I'll move on, but we should talk about it in the future, man. I was just thinking about, really and truly, politics is screwed up because of man, and I don't mean that in a sense of gender. I mean that people,
mankind, right?
Mankind has fucked politics up. Even when it comes down, when you think about local, and you think about the district maps, if the men stayed out of, if people stayed out of that and just allowed the machines to redistrict based on population, we wouldn't be going through a lot of what we're going through. But it's too many games. But I'll get beyond that. We got to go on. Here in our town, we're in the Atlanta area, man. DeKalb County Superintendent Dr. Devon Horton, which there were a whole lot of red flags before they hired this guy. And I've seen this happen in a couple of districts in the state. He's been indicted by the feds on 17 counts, including fraud, theft, tax evasion. And the feds are alleging Horton steered contracts to associates, approved false invoices, and received kickbacks in a prior job in Evanston, Illinois, because he came from that Chicago area. Horton's attorney says the allegations are years old and unrelated to his current work improving DeKalb County schools. But he didn't say he was wrong. He didn't say they were wrong. He said they were just years old. I saw that in the statement. Any thoughts? I'll start with you, Vi. I'll start with you. Any thoughts, man?
Yeah. They just my thing is come up with a better plan.
Yeah.
Y'all biggest thing is always trying to devise a healthcare plan. One, find it out. And now y'all want to get rid of it. If you're gonna get rid of it, what's gonna take its place? If you ain't got nothing for it to take its place, then leave it alone.
Okay, that was on the last one, Bob, but I'll give it to you, bro.
He's a little time delayed today.
It's a little time delayed. All right, Vi. Thank you, sir. Talib, on Dr. Horton. Talib.
Once again, all skin folks ain't kin folks, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this guy, I just don't understand. Look, I know the times that we're in. And we got Trump and we got all these tricksters in place, what I mean, that are doing all this thinking they're giving sleight of hand illusions. But, the kickback game has never really worked for us. When we get to that level. Now, if we're just talking about, me and Vi doing some stuff, and I got a check for Vi if he provided a resource. You know what I mean? That's one thing. But when you go into things like, hey guy, I'm gonna need a little something back from this when you get hired, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we have to try and stay away from all that crap as much as possible, because we're the ones who get caught up. These white collar crimes only get punished white collarly when it's a white person doing it. Yeah. When it's us, we fry. So stop it.
And let me say this, Talib. There were warning signs. There were people in DeKalb who were saying, hey, this guy has issues that are going to come back to haunt us. They were saying that before they hired him. And the interesting thing I find about this is he was the sole finalist. It's not like they had multiple finalists. He was the sole finalist. And what I say to this, and I don't want to, and this is completely this is just me pulling shit out of the ether, okay? But there's so many situations, I think, where when you talk about kickbacks and you talk about greasing palms, even when it comes to hiring, in a lot of cases, the more money an individual makes, you never know what's going on within the hiring process when it comes down to it. If somebody has an opportunity to hire somebody and say, hey, man, go ahead, I would love to, and then, be a part of the whatever county, wherever it is, they're making $500,000 and up. Sometimes, you never know. It's not supposed to be done, but they kick back once they get hired to say, quote unquote, thank you, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And, and certain people want certain people in because they know what they do and they can control it and the machine continues on. That happens a lot, but I'm not saying in this case, but it's interesting that you had multiple people saying, hey, there's something in his past that's going to come back, and it did. So
Yes.
he's innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
These are all allegations. Nothing's been proven. He'll have his day in court. But I've seen this multiple times in multiple school districts where they hire somebody, he's the sole candidate, and then ultimately this comes back. Go ahead, Vi. One last thing.
Yeah, because the state is big on that. When, like somebody, like if I lose my, like if I quit my job, my clerk's gonna take over. But what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to put it back on the site, open it up, and let folks come in for an interview. But really, they've already made them out who they're gonna hire.
Yeah,
and
that's the case in a lot of situations. Yeah,
they're just going through the process. But my understanding, they didn't go through the process with this guy. It was it. So you mean tell me no one else wanted that job paying over $40,000 a year?
Right.
That's hard for me to believe.
Yeah. So
But
true.
DeKalb County and their superintendents / CEOs have always been on something shady. You know what I mean? This is not the first time, unfortunately, for DeKalb County, pulling someone in like this who has wound up proving themselves to be anti what we really should be standing for. I'll say this real quick too. When being that we come from the music game, there was always an issue of payola. I had a guy who once told me, a program director once told me, he was like, Talib, I've never taken money to play a record. I've been appreciated for being able to do something to help someone's situation, but I've never taken money to play a song. And that's the way that it needs to be handled, even with this with the politics.
Exactly.
Listen, again, there is nothing wrong with showing appreciation. You know what I mean? The mafia did it in the form of an envelope.
Yep.
There was always an envelope going back to the Godfather. I'm not saying don't perform tribute, because it's a form of appreciation. It's a form of respect. However, when you're doing something on purpose to get that reward, that's the problem. And that's what it looks like has been going on in DeKalb County. I don't know. Again, I'm just basing this on what I've heard.
And let me clear this up. The allegations are from Illinois. Okay?
Right.
No allegations in DeKalb County. I just want to be fair. Go ahead.
Yes, but at the same time, we're hiring somebody who has a questionable background, and that just doesn't make sense at all.
Because they do a background check, don't they?
Yeah, well, they should.
They should.
I mean, I gotta do
should.
background checks if I'm doing a job for any particular company. The AV companies I've worked with, everybody's giving background checks. So
references, all that. Yeah.
Right. So why are we not doing background checks for somebody of this importance? I could see if he was just a secretary.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to go and find, but the guy already has accusations on the table.
Yeah. And that was the problem, because there was apparently paperwork sent to the board letting them know that this was potentially coming.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that. Okay. Hey, one more thing, and I'm glad you said what you said. One more thing about doing that, and what you talked about even in the music game. Once you do it, they got you.
Oh yeah.
That's
and you have to keep doing it.
You got to keep doing it, because there's no, what do you say? There's no loyalty. When it comes down to it, people, once you do it, they got you. You're going to have to keep doing it. Once you do it for one, you got to do it for all, because they're going to come in and say, well, I know. How do you know? Because they told me.
I mean, people talk.
I'm a firm believer. Don't do anything. Don't do anything one time if you're not planning on doing it for everybody.
Right. Yeah, you got to do it for everybody. Yeah. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and do the tea. Of course, Tanya B is out this week. I got some stuff to chat about, and especially I want to get into the Bad Bunny thing with you guys and talk about that. So let's go ahead, do it, and we'll come back. Hey, hey, Vibe, man, I appreciate you, man. I do have to say, because he is truly a trooper for being on today, man. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, we're not gonna get into your medical business, but I appreciate you being on today. I gotta say that. We got to get somebody quick to walk on that back, real quick. So I know you are mad. You got it all. So hang in there, brother. I'm with you. I tease Vibe, and I got to be fair. But
I will say though that little that was in there with the music, that was right on time though, right?
He is a good target. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Vibe. Come on.
That's all right. Hey, I owe you.
You always owe me. You always get me. But hey, man, I do. I appreciate you hanging in there and being on, man. We can't do the show without you, Vibe. You need to be here. So we got to have the country commentator. So thank you, man.
Everybody, I want you to know, I'm not paying him.
Huh?
when she comes, you're not there.
You mean you're not?
Hey, I gotta know the weight size. I'm sorry for it.
Okay, I got you. All right, here we go.
And children, it's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
All right, y'all. Hey, man, so much going on, but I got to start with Bad Bunny. This is interesting. So I want to definitely get, you're on the music side, Talib, so I got to get your thoughts on it, man. So here we go, man. Let's see.
Can you turn the music down? I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. You might not be able. Let's go ahead and pause it. Here we go. But let me say this, man. Global superstar Bad Bunny is officially set to headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. The performance is slated for Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara, California. And already, man, the conservatives are going nuts because, Bad Bunny's music is in Spanish. I don't think I've ever heard. Have you ever heard a song?
He won't do English.
Yeah, so
that's his thing.
Not even Spanglish,
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so
I mean, well, like on that Cardi B song, he had a couple, maybe one of, he'll drop a couple of words or something like that. But typically, for his music, no, it's all in Spanish.
Yep. So with that said, conservative organization Turning Point USA, which is where Kirk came from and where Candace Owens, I guess she's still there.
She's there now.
They kind of dissed her at the memorial, didn't put her on the program, so I think she's kind of salty about that. But they plan on doing a head-to-head, programming stunt by running all-American halftime show for the same night, same time. The move is a direct response to Bad Bunny's performance, with the group's website offering a music genre selection that includes, y'all get this, anything in English. So, the event is framed as a celebration of faith, family, and freedom. No performers have been announced yet, but I'm hearing, and I remember this group because musically I'm all over the place. They're talking about Creed as Scott. Now, y'all remember the whole Creed controversy, right? But I'll leave it at that. You remember the lead singer?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember the controversy.
Well, the controversy, I think Scott Staff, I think that's his last name. He was the lead singer because they sounded a lot like Pearl Jam.
Oh, yeah.
When they came out.
A lot like him.
And a lot of their music was ambiguous, Christian, kind of middle of the ground. Just didn't say Jesus, never said Jesus. Right. So the whole point is there was a situation back in the day where they found out that he could have potentially done porn or was doing porn. And that's kind of what tarnished the group's English. Now, I'm not sure if that was ever proven or whatever, but that was, if you remember hearing the group Creed or hearing about them, and then all of a sudden they went nowhere and nobody said anything about them and nobody's playing them. I think that was why. So we'll see how that turns. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Who are you talking to?
I'm going to go to the music guy first. I'll go to you, Talib.
Oh, man. I welcome it.
Yeah.
Honestly, look, if you don't like it, listen, everybody is not going to always like who's performing on the Super Bowl.
True.
So if you want to do something different, that's fine. You want to expose some new acts or expose some acts that you feel like is what your audience wants to see, I'm with that. It's a free country. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how the Super Bowl show really got big anyway, due to what Living Color did. You know, when they were, you know, going, you got to go back and forth. So I'm with all that, you know. But my thing is like, don't be stupid though. Again, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
That's the thing.
It's a
People talk about it's another country. It's another country. It's the states.
It's the United States territory. We are the ones who are responsible for. America is responsible for everything that's happening in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So stop acting like this is not a United States thing. You guys with this America First bullshit, you know, when it's not the case. Look, man, I love this administration because this administration is doing nothing but exposing stupidity. And the more stupid we expose, the more we can see what is stupid and try to avoid it. So if you're just doing this because you think that, oh yeah, it's America, he's speaking Spanish. Yeah, but we have a Spanish territory under us.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not my thing personally. You know, I don't know his music. You know, I know Spanish. I took Spanish in high school. I can understand, but I can't speak it as well, not fluently. But it's not my thing. Now, Shakira was cool because Shakira's lyrics, and she's not. I don't know where Shakira's not from Puerto Rico. I don't think. You know, J-Lo, I think, was on the Super Bowl and did some stuff as well.
And had Bad Bunny come out with her.
Yeah. So I have no issue with Bad Bunny at all. It's just I won't be there like I was there for Bruno Mars. Okay. Bruno Mars, I mean, I just have my favorites, you know, when it comes down to the Super Bowl. So I'll probably not, but that doesn't mean I won't be watching the game, you know. So we'll see what the ratings look like too as well. All right, y'all, the hit show, and this hits me. Okay, I know y'all don't watch it, but the hit Showtime drama The Chi will end with its upcoming 8th season. The creator, Lena Waithe, said the decision was made to craft a proper ending for the story and characters. The final season will start production in early 2026, and the show will finish its run. It is the longest running Black drama on premium cable streaming. Let me say this, because I am a Chi loyalist. I watched the show from the beginning. It's time. And everybody, when you read the blogs, everybody's saying the show needs, because you get to a point where it's just stupid. You know, it's kind of like the term jump the shark. There are certain things that happen on the show, like when Fonzie jumped the sharks. That's what it's named after. You know, when on Happy Days, when, you know, the episode where Fonzie in his leather coat
had to jump over the water tank.
But my whole point is, it's just time. You know, I hate, you know, you hate to see it go. And I know a lot of people were saying, well, you know, it canceled because so many people were complaining. You know, we have a right to have better entertainment. If we have a show that we loved in the beginning, it starts going off the rails, we have a right to complain to the writers, the directors, the creators, that it's going off the rails. You know, this is one of those shows that was going off the rails. So I'll say that, and I think it's the right move. I don't know if you watch it, Vi. Do you ever watch The Chi? Yeah, but it is.
Like I said, there's only so many stories you can tell.
Yeah, so true. And you know, there were certain things that they were doing, you know, even going back to Dallas back in the day when the whole Who Shot JR or Bobby waking up in the shower and the whole season was a dream. You know, that kind of shit just pisses people off, man. So yeah, time to end it. Speaking of ending it, Tyler Perry is getting the gang back together. A third film is in the works, reuniting stars Jill Scott, Richard T. Jones, Tasha Smith. Y'all know what the movie is. Michael J. White, Lamont Rucker, Sharon Leal. The movie is Why Did I Get Married, which is really one of my favorite. There was a point when Tyler Perry was making some decent movies. This was one of my favorites. The plot will bring the couples together to celebrate the wedding of Marcus and Angela's daughter. And by the way, a new face is joining this, Taraji P. Henson. She just seems attached to Tyler Perry lately.
Yep.
So she will be joining the franchise. So any thoughts on that? And I know y'all have seen Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah.
I will say that I think that, well, first of all, it was a dynamite cast.
Great cast.
The first movie,
funny as hell.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, I loved it. Second one was like, okay, it's cool. It's not a bad follow up.
Yeah.
But I think really, I don't know if y'all have saw the exchange between Jill Scott and the guy that played her husband in the movie, and he was on a plane, joking around, talking about no Sheila here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Jill Scott comes back with it, and I mean that thing when I saw it, it was well over 2 million views. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'm thinking that this was a decision based on the fact that, there was a viral moment that went extremely viral, and it shows that these characters still have some lasting memories with an audience. So if this was number 6, I would probably be against it. But with it being 3 as a trilogy, I really would like to see what's going to come from these characters, because I am a little bit invested.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Go ahead, Vi.
They said their kids get married this time, right?
Right.
Yeah, the kids of what's his name, Angela, Marcus and Angela. So that's
Janet.
Michael J. White and crazy the nutty girl.
Yeah.
And Janet's not in this one, I think.
No, I think Janet was probably, that second one, man. Janet was emotional, man. But
yeah,
I'm not surprised that Janet didn't come back for a third. Plus, let me say this. Tyler's stuff back then was really tolerable. It was on solid ground. He had gaps where some of the stuff was trash, but like Family That Prays with God, I can't remember her name. She's doing Matlock now.
Yeah,
the actress who was in what was the movie? The Stephen King movie. I'm talking Kathy Bates.
Oh yeah.
Good movie. That was a good one. But now what he's doing, I don't get the plots. Just certain things that occur in his newer movies that really I think are turning a lot of people off. I'm being kind by saying.
Did you not like the last joint that he had on Netflix with Taraji?
And you know what? Let me say, that was a redemption for some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
that's happened in the middle over the last couple of years. Wasn't bad. I know a lot of people nitpick some of the technical stuff. I don't really get into that too much because I think the general public doesn't notice a lot of that. But yeah, that's one of the Taraji P, the bank heist thing with Tiana Taylor. I think that was not as bad as some of the other movies he's done. And the Jazzman movie was not that bad either. Go ahead, Mike. I got you.
He got a new one Netflix called Ruth and Boaz. Have y'all seen that one?
No, not
yet. I don't think that's his. I think that's one of the other pastors, unless he's partnering with him, and nobody ever partners with him.
That's a very good movie. It was very good.
No, who was the guy? Who was the guy who was married to Megan? Devon Franklin. Was he married to Megan Good? I think that's his movie.
That's his movie. It's a very good movie though. It's acting and everything.
Yeah, I think that's Franklin's movie. I don't think that's Tyler Perry. Yeah. Now I think he's done some TV stuff around that was kind of shady, but yeah, we'll see. All right, let's go ahead. Ike Turner Jr., the son of music legend Ike and Tina Turner, has passed away, 67. Grammy-winning producer, and he produced the Rising with the Blues for his dad. For Ike, died from kidney failure after battling heart issues for years. His cousin remembered him as a talented musician who could play almost any instrument. And finally, y'all, Darius McCrary, Eddie Winslow, brother. Ooh, somebody help him, man. Was arrested again, this time near the U.S.-Mexican border for a felony warrant. I guess his representative confirmed the warrant stems from a court appearance related to unpaid child support. This is the third arrest since 2015 for similar charges related to child support payments. So y'all pray for Eddie Winslow again.
Dude,
so.
50. That kid should be 18 by now, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, Eddie's had a rough time, man. Eddie really has. Of all the cast. Go ahead. What'd you say?
She want them payment that he didn't give him.
Yeah. I hear you. So that's the tea. Any other thoughts? Anything else popped up this week? related, entertainment related that I missed? I mean, I missed a lot, but some of it just wasn't worth it. So
Yeah. What's there so much other coverage? You know,
I would mention. I know. Do y'all watch the Real Housewives at all?
No.
I know. I
don't. I saw that they the Housewives of Potomac was having one of the Housewives of Potomac was having some issues. Her and her husband,
Wendy Acifo and Edward Acifo, they were arrested on multiple felony fraud. Yep, multiple felony fraud charges. Yep.
I know I'll catch some flack, but are they Nigerian?
Yeah, they are. Go ahead, catch the flack. Here it comes. It's coming. The couple allegedly reported a burglary at their home after a vacation, claiming over $200,000 in luxury items were stolen. And what they were doing was basically going to multiple insurance companies, claiming the same thing, and not telling the insurance companies that they had already received money for the claim. So they were, not
double dipping,
pretty much. Yeah.
And I think they said it was bogus. They said you can look at the pictures and tell no one broke into that house.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So true. Yeah. But I had this conversation with someone who watches a lot of the Real Housewives stuff, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That whole lifestyle, even when you look at what happened to the chick on Salt Lake City, the one who was arrested for multiple years. Yeah. That whole lifestyle, they try to keep up and present yourself as bigger than you really are. It ultimately catches up with you. If you could just be, and they try to be bigger than life in the script. And, something shady always happens in the background where, the money they got for what they show, most of the stuff is leased, the jewelry, the houses, the cars. But, this is typically, I hate to say it, it's kind of been sprinkled all across the Real Housewives franchise.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they turn out.
Yeah, because the real Rich Housewives, they're not trying to get on TV and tell all their business like that.
No. Real bad boys move in silence.
Yeah, there you go. Move in silence. Hey, y'all, real quick, let's move on, man. And we're not going to go to break. We'll just go ahead and finish it up with this. And I know Vi's about to prop up right now because we got to do our quick NFL talk. We're not going to go ESPN. We're just going to keep it real. We are based in Atlanta. We did not do a show last week. Actually, it was a good thing we didn't do a show because we would have been talking about the Falcons in Carolina, which luckily there was redemption with Washington. But as we tape on Saturdays, the Falcons have a Monday night game, and it's up against the Buffalo Bills, which is probably one of the best teams in football right now. I'll start with you, Vi. Do you think they have a chance, man?
They have a chance. They do have a chance. But do I think they're gonna win? I do not.
Yeah.
But to me, if they make it a real good competitive game, I know they're not considered a win, but as a fan, I would consider it a win.
Yeah. You think so? So what's the record now? 2-2?
Yeah. But you know what? They said the Falcons are undefeated on Monday night.
Yeah. They surprise people. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm really worried about this game because Buffalo just lost. They're not trying to lose again.
Yeah, so true. They were undefeated and lost. Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah. Talib, Talib got his horns are coming out. Go ahead, Talib.
Yeah, well, I really haven't followed football since Kaepernick. You know what I mean? I think I may have. I've gone to one. I went to one home game for the Falcons, and the only time I really watch football is when it's on and I'm somewhere.
Yeah.
But that 34-17 victory, the New York Giants spanked them Eagles the other night, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that was a shocker, man. That was a shocker. Go ahead, bud.
They bet the top two defensive players wasn't even playing that game. So.
Right.
Well, for Philly.
Yeah.
But let me say this, Vi. I'm more worried about Philly's offense than anything. The lack of production between Hurts and A.J. Brown, the lack of production from Barkley, Saquon, and
the ball.
Well, the OC, and I think quite frankly, I've got two issues with that same issue with a couple of teams because I'm in fantasy. I'm in a fantasy football league. And you mentioned the Giants. Jackson Dart is real. I think he is going to contribute to that team. Is he going to do the kind of stuff he did against Philly every week? No. I don't think he will because I think Philadelphia has problems. I'm not going to hang on to that. But I want to get back to the Falcons real quick.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I'm in agreement with you, Vi. I think they're going to give them a decent fight because this is, for me, and I think for a lot of fans, I think the general manager of the Falcons, this is like maybe his farewell tour if he doesn't get this season right. If they don't improve on the record, it's been too long, too many opportunities. They've made, I think, some really good decisions on the draft side within the last year or so. But right now, man, I'm here to tell you, the pressure, the heat is on the Falcons. You know, people will say, well, it's a long season, but I think they've got to, at some point in the season, build momentum. That's the problem I have with the Atlanta Falcons. Momentum. When it comes down to consecutive wins, it's a roller coaster all season. It's tough on the fan base. It's tough to predict where they're going. They have to develop consistency. It's just not. When you saw what you saw at North Carolina versus the previous weeks, it wasn't even the same team that came out and played the Commanders. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's like the Falcons win. It's like the Falcons win enough to keep the fans motivated.
Yeah, but you know when they're down, they're down. They're like when they lose big.
Yeah,
They lose big.
So I'm gonna say that I think I'm gonna predict that they'll win, but the only way they'll win is they have to put a scout all the time on Josh Allen. You got to have a spy. You got to match up with him because if the Falcons lose, they're going to lose by his legs.
Yeah,
I think they could probably slow him down in the passing game. I don't think, I think it's going to come down to how well they contain Josh Allen. That's my thought. Last thing, Chiefs and Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens. Is it over? And just, we don't have a lot of time. Chiefs record, how many? 2 and, what is it? 2 and 3 now?
2 and 2. They're 2 and 3 or 2 and 2.
Okay. Baltimore is horrible. And I know they're horrible because I got Lamar and Derrick Henry. I had them starting on my fantasy football team the first part of the season. It was beautiful. Now it's a horror show, just in time for October. It's a horror movie. So I got to say this, man, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it. I think it's time. Lamar's got an extended contract, but I don't think Lamar will ever win a Super Bowl. He will not win a Super Bowl in Baltimore. Not with Harbaugh. Definitely not with Todd Monken. I don't think that's in the cards. And as far as Chiefs, they've already proven themselves to a certain extent. I think there's more parity in the league right now. The same. Well, I can't say college. It's a little bit different with NIL because there's a lot of parity. But ultimately, I think when it comes down to it, the Chiefs have done their thing. They're going to have to get fresh blood. They got to get, replace Kelsey. What's his name? Mahomes.
Yeah.
He can only do so much. He's aging. He's taken. Exactly. How many years has he been in the league, Vi? Right now? He's still good, but I'm just saying the hits accumulate.
Yeah. I don't think he reached 30 yet. I don't think Mahomes is 30 years old yet.
But he was one of the youngest guys to win multiple Super Bowls. The point is, my point is, this year he's taking a lot of hits. Man.
That's what I was about to say. From the news reports I've been checking, he's taken a lot of punishment, and he's had to run it.
He's had to run it more than he's had the ability to throw it. Yeah.
My thing, bro, he's not even sliding. He's trying to run. He's trying to run over now. Do what you doing?
He's taking some hits, bro. So it's not. You say it's not over for the Chiefs. Are y'all saying that?
Because there's no great team. Because there's no great team in the AFC.
Okay. No, and you don't think it's over for Baltimore?
It all depends on when they get Lamar. But people realize Baltimore got a lot of defensive players that are not playing.
Yeah. But you know what? Can I say this? I'm gonna say this, Vi. Injuries are part of the game. You got to prepare for injuries. You understand what I'm saying?
About that. But these guys come back. It all depends on when Lamar come back. Now, if Lamar, he ain't come back next week.
No, he's out. He's out this week as we tape. Yeah.
The division they in sucks.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers is the only good team right now.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to get in as a wild card or win the division. So that division sucks.
Well, let me say, and I'm gonna say this, man, about Baltimore. How do you go? And because I play fantasy football, I know a lot of y'all play fantasy football. How do you get a -9 in defense? Yes. How do you get a -9 in defense? The Baltimore Ravens, and this is Ed Reed in the past, and what was his name? Brother came to Atlanta, almost got the murder charge. You know what I'm talking about?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Yeah. This is historically, this has always been a great defense. Now it's like one of the worst defenses in the league. They got to fix that. Plus, they got to figure out how to use Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson at the same time. It's just not working. And I don't know what's going to happen, but as long as they keep doing what they're doing, I don't think they have a chance. I think it's over. I think it's over.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and wrap it up. You got any final shout outs, Talib?
Just want to say happy birthday to my cousin Bryce Wilson, Groove Theory fame. October 7th was his birthday. So shout out, you the double nickels now, boy. Also want to say happy birthday to my homegirl Sid Lightford, and all the Libras out there celebrating.
Hey man, did you say what? Groove Theory?
Yeah.
The Groove? Oh
yeah.
Man, tell me. Oh,
yes.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
That's the era. That sound.
Man, come on. When I tell it's funny because we had a conversation not too long ago, and I was like, it's amazing how he was doing like hip hop R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He wanted to swag out the R&B. I was like, but what you actually did was kick off the neo soul movement.
Yep. Because when you see like Brand New Heavies,
exactly,
and Groove Theory, and Jamiroquai, that groove, that was good stuff.
So definitely. Happy birthday, Bryce.
Good deal. What about you, Vi? You got any last minute shout outs, man?
Yeah, I said birthday to my son's wife. It's her birthday today. Enjoy the weekend.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
What you get, Vi?
His son.
I always cash at them a little money. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
Plus, I'll be handling them grandkids for you. Yeah.
Right.
Every time you see Vi, he got a grandkid in his lap. There you go, Vi.
Yeah, I love my grandkids.
There you go. Hey, I got to say big thanks to Pastor Lockhart, man, and his staff, and definitely Hitman Howie, who connected on the Harold Biggity Banks Memorial, man. It was really good. Good to see a lot of folks. Got to shout out my Smurf brothers, man, who showed up. Let me know if I miss anybody, but I was Slick, better known as James, or James, better known as Slick. Kerwin, Pastor Mike was there, and Felicia. Did I get everybody in?
Yeah, you got Slick, Kerwin, me, you, and
Mike.
Brooks.
Yep, and definitely Kerwin. Yeah, and Mike. Yep. All of us proud Troy alums, so thank you. Just good to see y'all. Good to see y'all, and I hope to see you all at homecoming on November 1st, y'all. Love your thoughts. Go to castropolis.net. Everything is there. You can use the people poll. You can leave messages. Again, what's the word? I implore you to go to Spotify. You can comment on each episode. You can follow us inside the app. And also don't forget to check out Velvet Frequency Radio. Good feedback on that. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and now we're on TikTok. You can check out the best R&B journey from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and now we got Southern Soul playing as well, man. Saturday nights, check out the Mix Show from 10 until 2. And we're in the middle as we tape every Saturday, man. We got the Velvet Tailgate going on. We will be there, Troy. We're looking for you. 4 p.m. every Sunday is the Birdwire with Tanya B. And 6 p.m. we replay this podcast. As a matter of fact, this, what you're listening to now, will be streamed at 6 p.m. on Velvet Frequency. All right, y'all. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you so much, Talib Shabazz. Appreciate you, man. Thank you,
likewise,
sir.
Bro. Likewise.
And Vi, man, get you some rest. And, you know, We're gonna hook you up on the back. I know it, bro. You've been fighting it. You've been planetary all show, so it's all good. But I'm glad you're here. You still made it through. So give yourself a hand. Let me go on and give you something, man. Yes, Vi. Yes, some applause. Give yourself a Band-Aid for that.
Go dogs.
Yeah, I'll talk about the dogs next week. How about that? All right, y'all. I ain't gonna say roll tide on you, bro. I won't do it. Nah. Hey, with that, y'all.
I know where you live now. Don't forget that. I know where you live.
Yes, you do. And with that, episode 286 is in the can. Y'all have a great week, man. Peace and power to the people. Have a good week.
Peace out.